Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 14th. I almost forgot what else is new, right? But we're going to jump right in here and see what's going on for you. You have this Dolphin Spirit in this Buffalo Spirit card. Really good cards. The Dolphin is about happiness, and the Buffalo Spirit is about, like, abundance. So, I feel there could be a lot of abundance coming in for you this week, or some sort of abundance, at least. It's almost like I feel this sense of you getting to the good stuff, It's like there's this storm here, lightning on that Buffalo Spirit card, and I'll show you in a minute. But it's almost like you have, you ran through a storm to get to the other side, and I feel like you've been through it, but now you have this card that says, turn your life. I love this card. It says, turning your life into a masterpiece. Well, it says more than that, but, just to keep it short, that's what it says. And I feel for a lot of you, you could be working on things that are going to make you very successful in the near future. You have the King of Swords, the Sun, and the Hangman here. You've become enlightened to something. I mean, literally, these two cards would represent enlightenment. I feel the King of Swords is asking you to take decisive action on something. So it's like you have become aware of something. And look at you have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands could be overthinking. Ten of Wands doesn't really represent overthinking, but it is some sort of burden. It is something that is weighing you down, or is too much weight or too much on your shoulders, right? So this gives me the feelings of over-intellectualizing something with the King of Swords, like thinking that something is going to be harder or more complicated than it actually is. You could also be making it harder or more complicated than it actually needs to be. So, trust me, I overcomplicate everything. I totally get it, right? But you could be, again, I feel like you could be kind of like overcomplicating things here. And so I feel the King of Swords, he represents turning knowledge into wisdom. Knowledge is just knowing something. The wisdom is putting it into practice. I always tell people that the benefit of this is, like, think about it. If you learn a foreign language like Spanish, right? And you go to a Spanish-speaking country, it's like there will be words. There is like slang in every single Spanish country that you would not probably understand, or there would be things that are like lost in translation. So until you go there and until you learn the slang words, right, of a certain country, right, let's say, then you just have knowledge. But when you do that and you experience more, that is wisdom. So that is the benefit of the King of Wands, is he knows one step deeper about something, right? And so I feel for a lot of you, you could be gaining wisdom here. And again, this is the learning part right here, is you have the Sun and the Hangman. You have been enlightened to something. So it's almost as if you have woken up to an idea, or you've woken up to an opportunity. Again, the Hangman, his head is glowing, but he's still hanging from that tree, which is the tree of knowledge and wisdom. So it's like you have everything you need, but you need to get moving here. And, I feel like you need to start moving towards your happiness, joy, abundance, good things, basically, with this energy. Even going this way here, again, to the Nine of Pentacles through the Ten of Wands, I kind of feel you could be overthinking right now. And I also say that because you have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is playing it safe. He's not taking big enough risks. He is the Knight of no movement, and he needs to make a move towards something so that he can be more successful. The other thing I would say is going to the Queen of Swords. It's like, I get this feeling that maybe you have the knowledge, but you're afraid to get the wisdom. It's like you're thinking that there's more to learn. I think the only way you can learn more about whatever it is that you're trying to do here, we'll find out in a minute. I'm going to get more detail, obviously, but whatever it is you're trying to do, it's like you know enough to be dangerous, as they say, but you have to go be dangerous. I feel like you have to go I think you have to go get the wisdom. I hope that's making sense. It's almost like you're stopping that step from happening. With the King of Swords, you have the Three of Cups. There could be people who want to help you as well. So again, you could be practicing with people, or, doing something new. I also do feel there could be a celebration coming in for you. It looks to me like you're increasing your abundance in some way. So that could be making you happy. With the Sun, you have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is about going on the adventure. Like I said, you have to leave the house and, put whatever you have learned into practice, especially for those of you in work or business. But this could be anything. It's like maybe you have been learning about love and trying to improve your love life or whatever. It's like time to go on the adventure. With the Hangman here, you have the Nine of Cups. Yes, The Nine of Cups is like wish fulfillment, obviously, and it's like literally saying if you go on this adventure, you will get wish fulfillment. So I literally feel you have to get off the pole with the Hangman here, Taurus, and I feel like you have to work your way towards something that is going to be very, very successful for you. Next, you have in the area of what you need to hear right now, you have this investment card. It says, whatever you invest in today will flourish in the future. Ensure that where you invest matches your investment goals. Doesn't have to be financial. I feel this could be your time, your effort, your energy, like whatever you're putting into something. You have this card that says, don't fear a blank canvas. Use it to turn your life into a masterpiece. Love it. Yes, I feel like you are kind of working on turning your life into a masterpiece, bringing, having more joy and happiness, probably more than you've had in a long time. So I feel there are some happy things that you want to be able to have in your life. And, that's what you are working on having here with this energy. I also, I get, there is something here about commitment. You have the Four of Wands, which could be marriage, but the Four of Wands, it doesn't have to be marriage. It could just be you committing to something, you making a commitment to build a business or to improve your health or to build spiritually or whatever it is that you want to do. Doesn't matter. But there's something here. You have the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. Again, going this way, Four of Wands to the Fool. This would be kind of like jumping into a commitment. And then even going this way, you could be, it's like you need to get started to get to the other side of these Four Wands to gain clarity in life. So again, it's almost as if it's almost like there's an open door in front of you, right? But it's like you're over here. I feel like you're looking through that open door. You see a bunch of good stuff on the other side of that open door, but you're still standing on this side of the open door. So to cross through the door, I feel like you have to go have experiences. Again, turning knowledge into wisdom. So if you've been learning something for a very long time, it's time to start. It's time to, put something into practice. It's time to see how things go, especially in work or business. Like I said, you have this Nine of Pentacles here. But it could be some sort of focus. The Nine of Pentacles could just be a skill that you've been developing, but it could be for other reasons. It doesn't have to be for financial reasons. You have the Ten of Wands. Again, probably a lot of reasons why you can't do something. The Ten of Wands is, he's carrying this heavy burden on his shoulders, but he's about to reach his home back here, and that harvest he planted those wands. The thing about the Ten of Wands is that's his harvest, and he's about to have a harvest. He's about to bring it to his home. So he's about to be rewarded for all his hard work, and I really feel you are about to be rewarded for all your hard work. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Here's your blank canvas right here. It's like he has a seed in his hands. If he would just plant seeds in this field behind him, they would grow. So it's like clearly, I feel a lot of you quite literally are fearing a blank canvas at this moment in your life, or it's like you've been thinking about taking a leap of faith towards something here that is a blank canvas, meaning it's a new beginning, right? And it's just blank. There's nothing has been written yet. So, I feel this is saying like you are over prepared. Sometimes I do feel that the Hangman is a card of being over prepared. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Queen of Cups here. I mean, every single reading that I do for you basically says follow your heart. So, it's a heart-based time for you, Taurus. Anything that your heart is guiding you to do, I would do it. It will lead to a lot of success. And if you don't, then it won't, plain and simple. I also feel you need to trust your intuition with this Queen of Cups. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Hierophant. You showing up here in a very strong position. Funny enough, this is also the card of initiation. The Hierophant has 3 levels to his crown, and they represent initiation, apprenticeship, and mastery. So, for you to become a master, it's like you have to step in, you have to go put things into practice. You can't just keep learning about things. So, for some of you, I would definitely say this is like an analysis paralysis reading, where it's like you know enough to get started, but you're not. And obviously that's not going to be true for all of you, but for some of you. And by the way, if you want to get married, there could be marriage here. Could be a fire sign. I feel like you've been getting a fire sign with me for quite a while, so definitely could be a fire sign. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Pentacles, the card of apprenticeship. So just like I was saying, I feel like you're going from apprentice to master here in your life. The Eight of Pentacles, he is also very focused on doing one thing. He's not trying to do 900 things. He's just focused on working on those pentacles. Your next card, you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is the card of training your focus. So there you go. Next, you have this fish card. It says, pay attention to your dreams. You have the sea glass. It says your future is being rewritten. Metamorphosis. So things are kind of like in the flow right now. Things are moving back and forth, but I do feel, again, with that Nine of Pentacles, it's a time of focus, time to focus on one thing. If you've been like trying to build something, by the way, like a relationship or a business or whatever, maybe your focus has been split between too many different things, and that could also be a problem. Like if you're trying to build a business, but you're not sure and you're kind of going back and forth and you're not giving it your full commitment, that could be part of the problem here. So I really feel with that Nine of Pentacles, it's saying, you don't have to give it everything, but make sure to give it enough, right? You have the Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Page of Wands. Again, she has 3 pentacles over here, 6 pentacles over here. She's willing to give those 3 pentacles to anything that she wants to. that could be her energy, her time. Again, you have this investment card over here, which said that you need to be careful where you invest your energy, right? So those pentacles don't have to be money. They could be time, effort, energy, whatever. And she's keeping enough for herself. She's keeping 6 pentacles for herself. So I would ask you, like, do you understand what is important in your life? Like, what are the important things to put your time, effort, and energy into? Do you know? If you don't know, I would figure that out. The other thing I would say is that she's training her focus. She has this falcon on her hand here, and again, it represents training your focus. So she is only focusing, like, she understands that she can't have a scattered focus. She can't, focus on 900 things at once. She has to kind of like do one thing well. And I feel for a lot of you, especially in work or business, it's like, are you trying to do too much? Are you just being a generality, and not a specific? I would try to be specific here. I feel that will lead to a lot more success. You have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a card of freedom. And so I feel like you're trying to gain more freedom in your life, or you're trying to become more free. But again, it's like this is the open door. It's like you see people celebrating on the other side, but I feel there are things that have to be complete or things that have to be let go of in the past. The Four of Wands is a card of completion. It can represent, wrapping one thing up, stepping through the portal, getting to the other side so that you can have something new, or so that you can start something new, whatever the case may be. So, I feel like it's time. You have the Page of Wands here. Page of Wands says it's time to go on an adventure. So, I think this is true for everyone. It's crazy to me that every single person, in the last set of readings I just did, the August bonus readings, I think it was, in this set of readings, every single person has had at least one of these Wands cards. I really feel the universe is like begging people to do things that they're more passionate about, bring more enthusiasm and joy into their life. It's like the universe really wants us to be creating that energy for whatever reason, probably because there's a lack of it, right? And that's probably why. But let's see where this is going here, Taurus. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Page of Pentacles, something new coming in here. Page of Pentacles, card of studiousness, right? Card of learning, but I feel like there's nothing more for you to learn. I feel it's like time to get dirty. It's time to play in the mud. I feel it's time for you to go have the experience. Like I said, if you're learning Spanish, go to Mexico, right? Because that's where the real learning will happen. That's where you will learn the extra stuff, the stuff that takes you from an apprentice to a master. So I see this reading as you needing to step into that mastery, right? Maybe that's a better way to put it. With the Four of Wands, you have the Queen of Pentacles here. I was going to say, I thought the King of Pentacles was here, but the Queen of Pentacles is about being resourceful. And, you might be saying to yourself, I can't go to Mexico. Well, it's like there are, I don't know. I'm sure there's places online where you can talk to people in Spanish for free. So go do that. I'm sure you could go make some Spanish friends, right? It's not the same, but it kind of is. And you could go practice talking to Spanish with them, right? So it's like maybe you can't do exactly what you want to do. Maybe there is some sort of blockage with the Ten of Wands. But, how can you get close? How can you kind of get as close as possible so that you can make it happen? And that's what I feel like you need to be resourceful. It's like I think something people don't realize as well is I am convinced when we become resourceful, when we say to the universe, I want to go to Mexico, but I can't, but I'm going to do what I can right now, then the universe moves out of your way. Because then the universe is like, well, they're serious. They are actually doing what they said they were going to do, so let's get them to Mexico, and you never know what might happen, right? You might fall in love with someone you start practicing Spanish with. They're from Mexico. You go to Mexico. Boom. That's how it happens. With the Page of Wands, you have the Ace of Wands. It's funny that, Knight of Wands has one wand. The Page of Wands has one wand. The Ace of Wands is one wand. Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. It is excitement for the future. It is enthusiasm, desire, a passionate new beginning. So I feel there's like a passionate new beginning coming in for you. There's something that is becoming like a more of a burning passion, and I think this is what people need to focus on right now as well, is having something in life that you could do endlessly because you are that passionate about it. And it could be anything, a hobby, just something fun, because when you bring that energy in, you're like healing yourself, you're healing the world, and all sorts of stuff. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this fox spirit says, think on your feet. You have this wombat spirit says, be at home. Maybe, like I said, maybe some of you can't go to Mexico, but, I feel like you could come close. And again, that fox spirit is saying, like I just said, it's like, is there another way to do things? Can you think on your feet? Can you be witty? Can you, come up with a different way to do the things you want to do or have the experience, right? And that's what I really feel like you need to do here with that fox spirit, is like step into the energy. Even in Animal Speaks with Ted Andrews, by the way, even in that book, he talks about fox medicine, and he talks about how the fox is kind of like, projecting an energy, putting an energy out there. I just told this story to someone else too, but it's like he had a friend or something that went to a party that saw a fox, and the friend pretended to be invisible, and people kept sitting on him all night long because he was pretending to be invisible. So it's like, can you project the energy of what you want right now? I would say yes. It's not that hard. Use your brain. You have this Queen of Swords here. There's something about you becoming clear on the actions you need to take. Normally I would say that the King of Swords would be pretty clear, but for whatever reason, I feel there's been a lack of clarity on like what you need to do or the direction you need to go in. But now I feel that you're becoming much more clear. You have the Strength card. Strength is a card of patience, of course, but I feel like you've been very patient, and this is the good stuff as well. So, I feel like people are seeing you as being strong, and she has her hands in the lion's mouth. And I always say that this is a display of strength. Who in the right mind would stick their hands in a lion's mouth? The answer is nobody. So for a lot of you, I feel people are seeing you as strong or seeing you as very capable. And this could be bringing in a lot of positive attention, which is probably going to lead to a new beginning for you here. So you have the Fool. I feel like the Fool is just you finally getting started. It's like you, in this reading, there's a little bit of hesitation, fearing the blank canvas, right? Not being sure where to get started, not being sure like what to do. It reminds me of a story. I used to have an art teacher, and she would come around, like one of the art things that she would do is she would come around, put a squiggle on your piece of paper, and then say, okay, draw something from this. And I used to love that, right? Because it's not a blank canvas anymore. So maybe you just need to create a squiggle in your life is what I'm getting here. It's like maybe you just need to, like whatever goal, big thing, whatever masterpiece you're trying to create, I think it would be better to just get started, see what happens, and then kind of like develop it from there, right? Let's see where this is going. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is a card of feeling left out in the cold. It says, do not call attention to your weaknesses, but it is showing up in the good stuff. So I do feel that you could be much more, or you are much more focused on your strengths, which is great, of course. With the Strength card, you have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It says when you know that you can accomplish something, then it becomes possible. So I feel like you need to believe something. It's like you need to believe something deep down inside. I feel like you need to believe something deep down in your soul. Believe that you are capable. Believe that you can accomplish greatness. The more you believe it, the better with this energy, for sure. With the Fool, you have the Eight of Wands. The second you get started, it's like quick success. It's like you will be successful very quickly if you get started. It's like you can dream about things all day long, and nothing is going to happen in your life. But the second you take the leap of faith and take the risk, I feel like you're over-prepared. The Fool has this tiny little sack on his back right there, and he's about to go through the entire major arcana. So again, this really tells me that you're about to go on this big journey, start something amazing in your life, turn your life into a masterpiece, but all you have to do is take that first step. And I know it's cliche, but I don't know. It is what it is, right? Let's see what comes up here for you, Taurus. We're going to pull 5 main themes, and it looks amazing. You have this Bat Spirit. It says, take care of enemies working against you. Again, I would just avoid gossip, drama, all that other stuff. You have this Horseshoe. It says, good luck. So definitely luck is on your side. I would like, I feel you need more play, which I feel is true for everyone right now, but if this wants to focus, there we go. You have this Dolphin Spirit, and the Dolphin card is about needing to be more playful, needing to maybe turn off sometimes, right? Needing to go do something that you enjoy so your brain isn't consumed with problems. You have this Moon card. It says changes in your life. We see a lot of big changes going on here. You have this beetle. It says good fortune. So I do feel there are good fortunes, of course, coming in for you at this time. And you have the perfect card for you. This bull card says do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. So for a lot of you, I feel all you have to do is be your Taurus self and you'll be very successful. But I feel like you're turning your life into a masterpiece by taking the steps to do it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.